The sideline. Brunson takes it into the paint. Brunson is delivered down the stretch. Dallas going to need something else out of him again. Baseline jumper. It's good!
The first player I want to highlight on this channel is Dallas Mavericks guard Jalen Brunson, who I believe epitomizes the idea of a hidden gem NBA player because of his unique circumstance playing in the shadow of NBA superstar Luka Doncic. Going back to his college days at Villanova, Jalen Brunson won National Player of the Year after leading his team to a second national title in 3 years, thanks to a uniquely polished offensive skill set and cerebral game. Despite his long list of college accomplishments, Brunson fell to the second round of the 2018 NBA Draft, where he was eventually selected 33rd overall by the Mavs. There were concerns about his lack of elite athleticism, size, and length, aka his measurables, which caused many GMs to instead opt for far less proven prospects that were deemed to have higher upside. Part of the reason they overlooked Brunson, in my opinion, is because his game is not flashy in the sense of draw-dropping athleticism that's going to make you jump out of your seat. He creates advantages based on an elite feel for the game that allows him to pick apart defenses by finding small gaps, where he then uses his array of counters, fakes, and advanced footwork to create a high percentage look for himself or others. Some players, primarily lottery picks, based on perceived potential or upside, are given the keys right away, afforded nearly unlimited opportunity out of the gates of their NBA career. Brunson, on the other hand, was not handed anything in terms of opportunity. He's had to carve out every minute he's earned himself to this point. As a rookie, he saw many nights where he didn't get in the game at all. He was buried on the depth chart as the Mavs were still focused on developing the recent lottery pick and a high flyer Dennis Smith Jr. as their starter, who was seen to have much higher upside than the far less athletic second-round pick. Brunson spent his first 3 seasons steadily improving, yet continually seeing less talented players earning time ahead of him. From Dennis Smith Jr. in his rookie year to DeLon Wright in his second year to Josh Richardson in his third year, he had to patiently wait his turn for the right opportunity to come. As is usually the case though, those who are more talented eventually rise to the top. And when that opportunity finally came, in the form of Hall of Fame point guard and new head coach Jason Kidd, Brunson was ready for it. As a cerebral point guard himself back in his playing days, it didn't take long for Kidd to realize Brunson was one of the most talented players on the roster, and he saw the upside that others had overlooked. After 20-so games of coming off the bench earlier this season, Kidd promoted Brunson to being a full-time starter next to Luka Doncic. In his 4th season, Brunson is now enjoying a career year with averages of roughly 16 points and 5 assists, while shooting 50% from the field, around 37% from 3, and over 80% from the free throw line. In a league where most scoring point guards are high-volume three-point shooters, Brunson diverges from the standard as a smaller point guard whose preferred method of attack is in the mid-range and paint area. He sets up Jrue Holiday here by initially attacking left before going back right to brush him off the screen. The key is the half-second of hesitation Brunson gives before pulling up into his shot, something that goes unnoticed but is crucial in creating an extra inch of separation against an elite defender. This opens up his driving game on the next possession. Brunson is adept at faking handoffs, and he knows when to finish off the wrong foot to throw off a defender's timing. With the defense now playing him to score, Brunson is able to create for others after attracting the additional defender. This is when he's at his best as a crafty, multi-level scorer who can play make for others. His footwork and shifty hesitations help him thrive in transition without possessing the speed of some other athletic guards. Here he catches JaVale McGee with a hesitation dribble and leaves him in the dust. Brunson is one of the most underrated ball handlers in the league, and as a result his isolation scoring is top-notch, particularly when switched onto a slower-footed defender. After attacking Metu with the mid-range pull-up, Brunson lulls him to sleep with his handle and gets the easy blow-by. Same thing here, he gets the switch he wants and wastes no time in getting to the rim. Being able to finish with one hand in the layup a la Steve Nash also helps to quicken his release and prevent a chase down block. Brunson's scoring creation provides a great relief option for the Mavs late in shot clocks. Even on this miss here, he's able to create a fairly good look against an elite rim protector. Against smaller defenders, he has the ability to score out of the post with fadeaway jumpers or crafty pivoting layups. The ability to spot up from the perimeter is vital when playing next to Luka, and Brunson is shooting 40% on catch-and-shoot threes this season. Pay attention to how he relocates to the corner on this possession so that he can get within Luka's line of sight. Brunson's ability to be a secondary playmaker off of Luka is also huge for the Mavs. When he is in the primary playmaking role with Luka off the court, he can excel too, running pick and roll or handoffs to find bigs for lobs, kicking out to shooters, and pushing the pace to find easy baskets in transition. Brunson's ability to thrive as a secondary or primary playmaker has made the Mavs offense a bit less predictable than in years past, and credit to Jason Kidd for unlocking that part of his game this season. On the defensive side of the floor, Brunson is solid too. He makes up for his lack of size defensively with his high basketball IQ. While he's not overly disruptive on ball in terms of strips or blocks, he stays in front of his man well and adds value as a help side defender. His rotations are always timely, allowing him to get in the passing lanes for steals by reading the offensive player. His size can sometimes be an issue when guarding bigger players who can shoot over him, but he counters this with a willingness to sacrifice his body to take charges. As you can see, from scoring to playmaking to defensive awareness, Brunson already has a very complete game. But the reason I've chosen to highlight him here is not just to talk about what he's already done and doing now, but what I believe he still has the potential to do. Although he's excelling now that he's a starter, I still believe he has a lot of upside. Brunson is listed as a point guard on the stat sheet, but anyone who watches the Mavericks knows that Luka is the actual point guard on the team, as he's the one in charge of handling the ball on 90+% of possessions. Because he's a smart player with a versatile skill set on or off ball, he's still able to be a starting level player as an off guard and fit into a scorer secondary playmaker role, but I don't believe that's the ideal role for him to maximize his ability. His value is most noticeable when he has the ball in his hands and can conduct the offense. Unfortunately, due to his situation playing next to a superstar at his same position, this is a role that's really only available for the 10 to 12 minutes a game that Luka is on the bench or the nights that Luka doesn't play. I see Brunson as a true floor general, and that's why it's no surprise that his best games come without Luka on the floor. Given this conundrum, I believe the best case for Brunson would be to leave this offseason in unrestricted free agency and go to a team where he can have a larger role on ball. There have been rumors that the Knicks are interested, and this would be an ideal spot for him if it comes to pass. As I said at the start, Brunson epitomizes the hidden gem because he has all the ability but has just lacked the right situation for everyone to recognize it. High IQ floor generals who can score from all three levels and play make for others are nearly extinct today, but he'll need the right situation to maximize that skill set. Jalen Brunson is a player who's been doubted every step of his career despite consistently proving people wrong and winning while doing it. I believe in a different situation as a lead guard, he can be an all-star caliber player. I'm sure many more will doubt him, just as they did in the past, and it's probably better that they do, because it really wouldn't be his story if they didn't. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and stay tuned as I'll be highlighting more hidden gem players on this channel soon.